That's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Ooh. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go yo.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football and certainly the loudest as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. The first 2 months of the what will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
50. Let's pick it up. It's out time, guys. Out time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
218, jump. Hey, exit. Play.
Lock to throw on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
A little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Go. Like 50. We ain't giving up nothing to do.
Slam.
Greystone, travel. Hey, orbit.
50, Mike, 50.
Go, hit it.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. To throw, it's Mahomes. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Here we go.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Bradley Chubb, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. 3rd and long. It's Mahomes. Steps away to his... Mahomes hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit and, in this case, lose the football?
So it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Chiefs' 27-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 30 base.
Let's hit this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Check three.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Frank Clark in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Yellow. I'm the line.
It's our time. It's our time.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
A quick throw to the left flat, and he's got it. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Set. 10 logo.
50 to my
Smooth.
Watch the slant. Watch the
There you go.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Snap.
Block now on first down. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. Hey, switch gears. Switch gears.
Five.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Come on, set. 70. Indy.
Ain't gonna need some therapy after this.
Take 4, take 4.
Get it.
On third down. Block. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off, actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now here's Mahomes. And Mahomes is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
First down, Denver.
Let's go now. 50, plant.
Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now. You better.
On play action, lock. And this will be incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
And nothing but daylight ahead. And all the way home for a Bronco score.
There we go.
A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple.
And that's caught inside the 35. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And this is back to a 5-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd and long, it's locked. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off near the 42 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, he got great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting it...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, able to record his 5th sack of the season. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Mahomes going to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play. Mahomes now on first down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Mahomes, and he's got it. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown, and the Chiefs have taken the lead.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Frank Clark, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Now he's going to go deep down the lane. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return will stop right around the 25.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Looking for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a handoff here to his running back. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
This is caught. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Hey, 15.
Smoke.
Mahomes now to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Running on first down, Eckler. He's going to have the first down past the 20. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Austin Eckler, 93 yards. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill, and he's able to get up here to the 26. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with Drake. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
2nd and 10 at the Chiefs' 38-yard line.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Set. 15, line. 15, line.
Let him know, let him know.
Fair.
On second down, Eckler. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. But he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
Blue draw Corker.
Safety's creeping.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
50, plant. Check out 6-6. Let's go.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Running from the shotgun with Dre. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Two-jet bomber. Two-jet bomber. Hey, Alpha. Clear. Speed dribble.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he'll give it here to his running back. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hart. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but...
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Austin Eckler, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Throwing now is Mahomes. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't it?
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. It's caught by Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Bradley Chubb, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
They'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 21.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. From 21 yards away, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Extra point splits the uprights, and this is back to an 8-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, Sam on.
Now a toss play to Eckler. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Ready. 10 Tucson.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing
Hey, high 7.
58 to Mike.
5.
Now on 2nd and 13. Lock. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way home for a Broncos score. In for the score. And the Broncos push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And to give this time to the tailback. space to maneuver at the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. On first down, Mahomes being chased out left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Casey Hayward with a sack on the well-timed corner blitz. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. They complete it to Hill. The 30, 10, and he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. He'll get this complete to Batson. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Let's get it.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
3rd and less than a yard.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he will find his man on the outside. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
43!
Mahomes now on first down. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And he's going to go down again. Bradley Chubb in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Uncorks one for Davis. This is caught inside the 15. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with an extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's Locke. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
58, right on the goal.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Here is Eckler. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down now. It's Drake. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 9.
58, come on. Target. 58, come. 58, come on. Hey, exit. 58. Ready.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked picked off near the 32. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Be good. Hey, Rippless.
Now on 2nd and 13, Mahomes. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. That one covers 29 yards, first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Yellow.
I don't think you got it, son. Switch.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll run out of the gun with Michelle. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Hatchet. 15.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
I'm going to run you over. Slam.
To throw is Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. An 11-yard touchdown. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Go!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Frank Clark in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Hey, Orbit.
Lock to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Wells. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I like what they did there, still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
To throw is Locke. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory, and I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Frank Clark, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here.
Switch up, switch up.
Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Kansas City, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0.